I'm Dana Gentry, your SEIU Communications Director. Today we're talking with State Senator Joyce Woodhouse. She's seeking re-election in Senate District 5. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You are a longtime educator, so let's start out by talking education. The voucher law is being contested in the courts right now, but if it does come back to the legislature, what are you hearing from your constituents?
Well, I think a lot of it will depend on if the Democrats are in the majority or if the Republicans are. And I'm hoping that the courts will solve it. As everyone probably knows, I opposed the bill when it came before the Senate because I felt that it was taking public taxpayer dollars away from public schools. And until the day comes that we adequately fund public schools, we should not be taking money away from those public schools and putting them to private schools, parochial schools, and the long list of things that are in that statute now.
We just spoke with a hopeful legislator who wants to be representing a very urban district, and he said that even if his constituents could get the vouchers, they would not have the ability to have transportation to the schools. It seems like another complicating interest, huh?
It really is, because the voucher is around $5,100 for a regular student, or a little more than that for a special ed student. But it's still, and that's nowhere near what private schools charge. Now, some of the smaller schools, but parents, to get their child into a school away out of their own community, yes, transportation is going to be an issue. Other resources are going to be an issue as well, because those schools expect things that normally the public schools provide. And I think it's really detrimental. And I think it raised expectations that cannot be reached.
You know firsthand the assault that took place against organized labor in 2015. You
Yes,
voted
I do.
against measures to kill overtime and other such things. Do you expect a repeat in 2017? And I know everybody says it's important to elect Democrats who
Yes.
will be, but let's just say that that you don't get to choose who you're going to serve with. What is your message to the other side of the aisle?
Well, I think one of the things that we have to do, whomever is in the majority, just as we did on the tax package last legislative session, we worked in a bipartisan manner. And I think that's what we have to do again. I think it's going to be incumbent upon legislators as well as the organizations that are representing the employees in our state to make the message even louder and more clearer than it was last session regarding the rights of the workers and the benefits that they need. And I think it's time that we go back and look at some of the things that we passed last session and to look forward as to what do those workers and their families need in order to have the kind of living wage that they need in order to be successful in this community.
What other topics are you hearing from your constituents? Public safety?
Well, actually, I get a little bit about solar. That's kind of died down a little bit now once we explain where that situation is. Right after the caucuses, there was a lot of chatter about we need to have primaries instead of caucuses. And of course, we had that bill last session. But I think one of the things...
I think we probably had the same caucus location, Greenspan
Yes,
Junior High
yes,
School.
we did.
I waited in line quite a while there.
Yes, that's for sure. We did. But my caucus folks were really good.
It was a great experience, but I understand the call for it's a tough thing, especially if you have to work. I took my teenage daughter. She was very happy to go, but then when she got there and realized she had to wait, kids today aren't used to waiting for anything. I shouldn't say teenage. She's not a teenager. She's a young adult. But anyway, she didn't want to wait, but she did. So it's...
Well, and I think that people who had not experienced a caucus before didn't realize what it was really like. And then I think the other thing too was, like at ours, at Greenspan, and I think at a lot of the other caucus sites, there were so many people there registering to vote or to change their registration so that they could get into the right precinct, and that just made the lines longer. And then of course we had a little bit of Wi-Fi problems and things like that, which do occur. But so that's one of the things that people are talking about. At the doors in my district, they talk about, thank me, because my district is basically parents and grandparents with children in the schools, and so they're very thankful for the work that we've done in education reform, particularly full-day kindergarten. That's a big one that all of the schools now have full-day kindergarten. That's really important. The negative I get is how much larger our class sizes have gotten, so they talk about that. But most people are just happy that the candidates and their supporters are coming by and knocking on their doors. I think a lot of it too is it's early, and most people, if they're thinking about politics, they're talking about the presidential politics. Right. And every once in a while I get asked who I'm going to vote for, and so of course I share that. We're not going to go there.
No, who are you going to vote for?
I'm a Hillary Clinton supporter.
Okay, good for you. Well, we appreciate you stopping by today. Thank you very much, and good luck in the election.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate being here.
Okay.